This morning on AM Biz, we're talking about the rail sector as government also plans to inject some $7.8 million into the sector for immediate development of a fast train service across Ghana.
The Ghana railway system has been in existence since the year 1898 and was managed by the Ghana Railway Authority then. Years back, trains in Ghana were mainly known for transportation from mining areas to market centers. It was an essential means of transportation, conveying produce mainly from the mining communities in the western region. Takwa to Pristia is a branch line on the western division that used to service the manganese mines, while Dunkwa to Awaso line served bauxite mines. Achiasi to Kade on the Central Division, on the other hand, was used to service timber companies and for the transportation of cocoa. Although the rail has been a major source of transportation for farming and mining communities in the past, the sector is yet to get a facelift. The current state of the rail sector can best be described as sorry. As part of measures to transform the sector, government says it has embarked on a transformation agenda. For the next 2 years, the Railway Development Ministry says it would build a modern railway network from the south to northern Ghana with associated infrastructure. Government's master plan for the railway sector entails the construction of about 1,300 kilometers of new railway network across the country. The revamp plan has been divided into 6 stages, mainly the rehabilitation, expansion, and trans-ECOWAS expansion phase. The total length of the rail network identified as priority project is 1,394 kilometers. Implementing these priority projects will create jobs and facilitate trade and industrial development. This will in turn stimulate economic growth. In the process, new towns and cities will be developed and older towns will be revitalized. The total cost for the completion of government's rail plan is estimated at about $7.8 billion. Although the source of funding for the entire amount is unknown, government intends to involve the private sector as well as private investors.
At the beginning of this year, we advertised for an expression of interest for companies who were interested in investing in the line to come and partner with us to build the line on a BOT basis with government or Ghanaian participation. 45 companies expressed interest. Evaluation committee made up of officials from the Ministry of Railway Development, the Ghana Railway Development Authority, the Ghana Railway Company Limited, the Ministry of Finance, and also the Ministry of Transportation, as well as Pricewaterhouse, who are the transaction advisors, have shortlisted the companies to, I believe, between 20 and 25. Tomorrow, they will give us the exact figure, and they'll continue the process, which is a request for qualification. After that, the companies will be shortlisted again on their advice to between maybe 10 or 50, and then negotiations will start. We'll ask to bring more detailed proposals, and negotiations will start for the choice of the final company that will partner government to build the Eastern Line.
Presenting government's 2018 fiscal budget's mid-year review, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta announced that the government intends to spend 200 million cedis on the development of the fast train service from Accra to Tema.
One of the major transformational programs of the Akufo-Addo government is to give to the country a modern nationwide railway network system for both passengers and cargo. Through competitive bidding, the Ministry of Railway Development has reached the final stage of procuring a strategic investor for the development of the Eastern Rail Line from Accra, Tema to Kumasi on a BOT basis of Ghanaian participation. Out of the 14 consortiums shortlisted, the preferred bidder will be chosen this year for work to begin. The Accra to Ouagadougou Rail Network, another BOT project, has 11 entities shortlisted. This line will serve the eastern part of Ghana and will go through Ho, Pokoi, Yendi, Tamale, Bolgatanga, and Paga. Government, Mr. Speaker, will also continue efforts to source concessionary facilities for the construction of the Kumasi to Tamale section of the Kumasi to Paga rail line and other export credit facilities for Accra to Cape Coast and Accra to Insawan.
Acknowledging that the concept of nation building does not remain the sole responsibility of government, a privately owned concrete railway sleeper plant was commissioned in 2017. The plant, which is owned by Atlantic Concrete, is expected to save the country up to $27 million per annum when in full capacity, and expected to produce 500 pieces of sleepers daily.
The importance of a well-run railway sector to the economy cannot be overstated. An effectively run railway sector in Ghana will contribute to economic growth by significantly lowering the cost and time for moving goods and people, and by extension, ensuring economies of scale and reducing domestic production costs. It will also open up the country and help enhance market access and opportunities. To this end, government is in reviewing its railway master plan, has tried to ensure maximum private sector participation in railway infrastructure and commercial rail services development. This Atlantic concrete sleeper plant, which we are commissioning today, gives expression to the President's desire to transition the Ghanaian economy in the direction of greater local value addition.
The Accra and Sawam rail line, prior to what can be described as the collapse of the rail system, was one of the most vibrant routes in Ghana.
So this stretch right here used to be a part of the Accra and Sawam rail line, one of the nation's few and active rail lines. Now, the renovation of this 40-kilometer stretch forms part of government's plan to improve the railway system in the country. Now, although the deadline or completion date for this particular stretch is the end of this year, only time will tell if government can meet its promise of providing a new railway system across the country. This section of the Accra and Sawam rail line is yet to be dismantled, unlike the Aveno part. Now, here you can see that the sand has been taken out. It used to be heaped with a lot of sand, but now the sand has been taken out and the slippers are yet to be removed for the renovation of this section of the rail line.
The year-old railway transport of Kenya has been touted as one of the fastest growing in Africa. Current development in the country's rail sector is expected to contribute about 1.5% of Kenya's GDP. The 470-kilometer rail line took 4 years to be completed, with Chinese contractors and operators manning it. And this 3.8 billion infrastructure is expected to be paid within 30 to 40 years. Perhaps until Ghana accomplishes its dream of completing the 1,394-kilometer railway network by the year 2020, it will look up to Kenya as an inspiration.
Well, and I hope that in sub-Saharan Africa will follow suit. Kenya, we have Ethiopia also having the good rail system they have introduced now, and lately we have some good tracks that have been laid in Abuja, Nigeria. Hopefully, Ghana could have its own, but that's where we take a break. When we return, we'll be talking about the Cosmos Innovation Center's Agritech Challenge, which basically is to offer young people a chance to take advantage of the numerous opportunities in the agriculture value chain. What a way to go. And Mama Vioso Abwaje will be having all that great conversation up next. Stay on.